this is not like a thing, like a big deal for us. Like we don't even talk too much about it. Like it's like, hey, did you feel it? No, I did it. Like really? Yeah. And that was it. That was the conversation. Did you feel it? Just no. That was it. Right. Even myself, I probably felt like the one that I really feel it treat probably since I'm here in Costa Rica, right? The smooth ones though. There are of course very good records, right? Limón got the highest of the story. That was back in 1991. I didn't feel that one. Well, kind of, because I was a mommy belly already. It was shaky already, so I couldn't figure it out. What was it, right? The earthquake or, placenta? It was actually 7.4. 7.4 back in that time. So that's why I forgot to point it out once we remember when we saw the little island and we talked about Costa Rica name. So the shore, it was quite rocky. So that's that coral reef. This coral reef emerged above the water. They went above, like from the original level towards above the water. It was like almost 6 feet above due to the earthquake back in the time. So that's why it's quite rocky. Doesn't mean obviously they die because it needs to be underwater, right? So the rocks, it got to be there. So huge ditches and stuff like that happened in that time. It was not the worst in terms of people dying or having problems, right? But yes, we have other 6.2, 5.5, like month and a half, 2 months, we got 5, right? We always have between 1 and 3. And those ones, you don't really feel it, right? And it's because we have tremors, volcanic activities, right? So they're so powerful that they're always doing tremors. When we have earthquakes, it's between plates, Cocos y Caribes. When they have activity, there's where we get the strong activity there, right? The worst in terms of people, right? It was, oh my bad, I forgot the time. It wasn't too, let's say between 12, 15 years ago, right? I was quite young. It was closer to the mountain range epicenter called Nueva Cinchona, earthquake Nueva Cinchona, because the town that that disappeared, it was called Cinchona. So now we find a place called Nueva Cinchona, new town, right? But like around 80 people didn't make it and not even found, right? Because there was landslide and stuff like that, right? So yeah, it happens. Yeah, that was just the epicenter there. It was like 6.6 or 6 point something. It was quite strong, right? Yeah, it was quite strong. But yes, we always have 1 point, 1.3, 2 point. If it's not higher than 3, you don't feel it, right? You don't really feel it. You have to be very close to the epicenter, right? Exactly, right? Yeah. Oh well, before we make it, amigos, there, I want to mention a little bit about education in Costa Rica, right? Costa Rica, remember that I said that is something strong. This is due that back in 1948, Costa Rica abolished army, right? We did have a civil war, right? And after this civil war in Costa Rica, they decided to abolish the army. So education is mandatory and obligatory for every single kid, right? They make this decision for a better development, social development and stuff like that, right? That's why it's supposed to be even free. I like to say supposed because it's not like free 100%, right? But we don't really pay for the education till high school, right? But we do afford like the materials. Like for example, materials, that means we do pay for uniforms. We use uniforms in Costa Rica, right? This is because we don't want any social differences classes between kids, men, right? So they have a better shoes, a better brand, a better t-shirt. No, uniforms. Simple uniforms. Exactly, right? To make it simple. So kids, kindergarten has dark black shoes, dark blue pants, light t-shirt, blue t-shirt, light blue t-shirt. When he goes to school, it's just the teacher changed to white. Shoes and pants are the same. White is not the best for mommy. Mommy don't really like white color because humidity, sweat, brown, everything, right? Yeah, it's great. But then in high school, they have different colors and pants in high school. But then once we're university, we're grown people, so it goes back to normal. Well, we pay for uniforms, we pay for books or pencils, and daily, stuff like boss or something, right? You can get a scholarship for pretty much even the transport, right? Did you just have to fill up papers like how much you earn and how much you this and this and this, and as soon as you don't get enough wage, they will help you out always. They will give it to you, right? We'll give you a very cheap lunch, but we still afford a little bit, right? Of course, we don't pay as much as other countries do, but it's still considered as a free education, right? When we go to university, well, we do get English, Spanish, French. Nowadays, we get French, even German, but the second strongest language, English. Since 1992, they established English for primary school. Nowadays, you even get it for kindergarten. Right? Still, when we talk about strongest second language, it's just around the 12% of the total population of Costa Rica, right? And we have a little over 5,200,000 people, something like that is that we got in Costa Rica, right? That's our population. But well, even if we have to pay, amigos, let's say we can get scholarships, yes, we do, right? 100%, 120, 70%, everything, right over there. Of course, you need to afford like some protocols like you 100% school, or you gotta join a sport, or you gotta help some, in case let's say you cannot afford the education, you're not the best student, but you can go, there are institutes that help you to get educated, right? But they will ask you like, okay, we're gonna help you out, let's say maybe 30-40% or even more sometimes, but you need to do social activities, or you need to do, let's say, work or paint something, or they'll tell you, or participate or any sport or something like that, right? So it's like things that you can do. Even if you have to pay, let's say that you have to pay, it's not that expensive compared to other countries. The thing that the economy is different, right? Economy is totally different. Of course, for Costa Ricans, it is hard, maybe not impossible. For some people, it's harder, right? But income in everywhere is different. But let's say for a preschool or a teacher, or for a teacher for a kindergarten, in bachelor, I think it's 4 years. That means 4 years. You can pay around, let's say, between $8 and most $10,000 total. 4 years, right? 4 years of school, right? So my actual partner, she graduated a year and a half for a preschooler. That's why I know more or less. She got 20% though. That's why I say like 10,000. But we pay around $8,000, and I was like, we made it. That was expensive, right? But then I met you, and I get to know that you have crazy numbers there. Amigos, perdón, man, over here they're just gonna ask you for your seat pass or that card, yeah.